So let's try it one more time. This is the live stream I'm trying to do with the i3-8100 and the 1050 Ti. As you can see, i3-8100, GTX 1050 Ti, 8GB of RAM, and I'm going to be testing PUBG, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, and CSGO, all in the same computer. So let's get started with PUBG. Before doing that, I'm going to show you OBS. As you can see here, I'm going to settings. And well, in the output, as you can see here, I'm using the NVIDIA encoder, 1080p, bitrate of 6000 because I have a very good upload speed. But if you have 6 megabits per second upload, maybe do 5000 or 4000. Just try it out and see how it goes. And the keyframe interval 2, preset default, profile main, level auto, B-frames 2. And that's pretty much the idea of the output. This is one of the most important things. Use the NVIDIA encoder, 1080p, 30 frames per second, as you can see. And those are the most important settings if you already know what you're doing. So let's get this back what it was. And let's play PUBG. I'll do a match or two on each game. So I'm going to select Battle Royale because, well, it's the bigger maps and all that. And third person perspective. But it feels kind of weird to do a private stream because I'm streaming to nobody. Nobody's watching the stream. I'm just streaming into YouTube because I had a problem with my ISP. I just had disconnections every 5 minutes. So in order to be less frustrated with the people in the comments, just letting me know that it was disconnected, which is always helpful, don't get me wrong. But every 5 minutes I was getting the stream is working, the stream is not working, the stream is working. Some people had a problem, some others didn't. So yeah, not very useful. I forgot to open MSI Afterburner, so let me do that. That program is important. Alright, so let me show you the CPU usage. There you go. We keep that over there. And the overlay in the game, it's about to show up. There we go. So as you can see, the CPU is not maxed out just yet. The frame rate is kept at 60 frames per second. That's because, well, the higher the frame rate, the higher the CPU usage. So we have to get the lowest CPU usage possible from the game to use the same of the CPU. Sorry, to use the rest of the CPU into the stream, because the PC has to run the game and then run the stream at the same time. So it's encoding video, uploading that to YouTube, and also running the game, which is a challenge, I have to say, for a quad-core CPU. So in order to make it easier for the CPU, we just kept the frame rate at 60. If you want even better results, just kept the game at 30 frames per second, but that will be way worse for the input, because 30 frames per second is less fluid, especially for mouse movement. So yeah, my recommendation, cap it at 60. Lower the settings to what I'm showing you here, 1080p windowed mode, so it's easier to change stuff in OBS. And here are the settings. I'm using ultra anti-aliasing, very low post-processing, very low effects and foliage, ultra view distance, textures on high, shadows on low. So we get the highest, to say it some way, yeah, we get the highest frame rate possible, but at the same time the GPU is not doing that much stuff. As you can see, the GPU is not maxed out. That's what I'm looking for, because the GPU is helping us out using the NVIDIA encoder. So we get less CPU usage. So yeah, those were my decisions on why I chose to do that. I'm testing PUBG, Fortnite, CSGO, and Rainbow Six Siege because those are usually the games that people play, and I don't play MOBAs. I don't like them. I'm terrible at MOBAs as well. But yeah, it's not my kind of game. So I prefer to show you shooters because I'm usually someone that plays them. But yeah, it's so weird to speak alone in a live stream. This is not actually a live stream because, well, I'm streaming to nobody. That's what private live stream feels like, I guess. Just speaking to yourself on a microphone. and speaking to people in the future as well. So yeah, kinda weird. If you watch my video covering this, yeah, I just explained what settings to use, why I chose them, what I'm doing right now, but in a shorter time span. So yeah, that should be helpful. But as you can see right now, we are not maxed out on the CPU side yet. Probably not for a little while. Also right here, if I fall into Pachinki directly, I'll probably die right away. So that wasn't the plan. Oh, but a lot of people, they're landing close to me, so never mind. Alright. So as you can see, right now we are getting almost locked 60 frames per second, but there are some frame time spikes. So the frame times are not perfect. Well, that's because we just landed at the very first moment of the game. That usually happens. Normal stuff. So we'll get better as we keep going. Yeah, the helmet is fine. There's probably people very close to me. Yeah, I can hear them. This won't end well, but it never does, so never mind. Oh, nice gun. Oh, another good gun. Yay. Yeah, probably this, if I found... Alright. This is fine. So yeah, as you can see, as of right now, we are getting good frame rates, 60 frames per second locked, with some problems with the frame time every now and then. Classic PUBG. So I'm not surprised about that, considering that we are streaming at the same time. There are no drop frames, unless my internet provider just destroyed my internet again, who knows. We're about to find out, I guess. This won't be a long live stream. After this match I'll jump into Fortnite, I'll do a 50 versus 50, which is always helpful, because it's very CPU bound, a lot of people very close together. That'll be like a stress test. And then, well, after that match I'll do a match at Rainbow Six Siege, around as a defender, around as an attacker, then CSGO. And CSGO will be much easier because it's a very old game. But yeah, it will be just one stretch of time testing 4 games. And then I'll end this live stream, do the final video that you already saw. It's kind of weird to say that, because in the future I'll make a video about this. Then I'll show you a link to this live stream, so you don't have to watch like 30 minutes to an hour of just me here. But yeah, it's terrible to live in a place where you're usually with an unstable internet connection. It seems that there were just, when I was doing the actual live stream that I had to end because of the internet, they were fixing the internet outside of my house. So just when I decided to do a stream testing a budget PC, they decided to try to fix the internet outside. So yeah, I was disconnecting every 5 minutes. One advice I can give you right now, if you're trying to live stream or something like that, live in a place that has constant internet connection without interruptions, because it can be catastrophic. Imagine every 5 minutes not being able to talk to your audience. It makes no sense. It's just something that you want to avoid at all costs. Sorry. It makes streaming very difficult, very frustrating. So yeah, just try to make it as smooth as possible without any interruptions, and it will be fine. Yeah, okay. I was about to say nothing here, but somebody's shooting. Let's see what's up with that. Nothing. Now let's just grab the car and go away. I think that's a better option. But yeah, we're very close to the zone. Oh, and one other thing I forgot to mention, as you can see, the bitrate is 6000 and it says 1080p 30 frames per second at my right, well, your right. And the NVIDIA encoder, that's because the NVIDIA encoder lessens the CPU usage. We're using the graphics card to help out. And the bitrate is 6000 because I have enough internet connection to do so. And I'm doing 30 frames per second on the live stream because it's easier for the CPU. It means less work for the rest of the PC when I'm doing the live stream. So yeah, in my opinion, you don't need to do a 60 frames per second stream. I mean, 30 frames per second is fine. They are not actually playing the game. Yeah, 60 frames per second is nice, but since we are limited by the PC, it doesn't really matter that much. People are just watching, they're not actually playing the game. So yeah, 60 frames per second in this case, in my opinion, is a luxury. But as you can see, I crashed, as you can see. And I didn't drop any frames according to OBS. It says 0% drop frames. So that's good news. It seems in that case that YouTube is having a constant live stream. If you have problems with the internet connection like I did in my failed live stream, you won't get the drop frames option there. It would say drop frames 0%, but if the internet is not consistent and it drops the connection, it won't say that you drop frames, which is very misleading. So be careful with that, with what data you trust. At the moment it says 0 drop frames, so that's good. But you never know what could happen with the live stream. You need to have an open window that shows you how the live stream is doing and all that. Always helpful, which means just open your own live stream at 144p and try to see if the live stream is running. That's very useful. So you can also check if people that are saying that the stream is lagging, you can just verify it right away. And I'm a terrible driver, sorry guys, or people from the future. All right, we're here. Let's heal. And as I was saying, I recommend having two screens. I have a screen on my right and left. So one of the screens is running the game, as you are seeing it here. And the other screen is just OBS, the browser with my stream at 144p, MSI, Afterburner, all that kind of stuff. So I got all that stuff in one of the screens, so I can see also the chat if I was with people watching the stream. Sorry about that. If there's people watching, they will be in the chat, so you can see them in your other screen, while the screen that I'm using on my right is just with the game. Very comfortable. Nothing beats having two screens on a live stream. Very useful, because you're always multitasking on a live stream. All right, so okay, I'm in the zone. Let's go back into the car. Let's see how this match goes, because I'm in the red zone. That's never a good thing, obviously. I'm not even trying to win. That's why I'm not looting all the buildings. It must be very boring to see someone just looting in PUBG. This must be one of the most boring games to live stream. I mean, if you're watching a live stream, you're just seeing someone looting. So yeah. Let's keep going. We'll probably close into the military base. But yeah, I'm not sure why I'm looking at the other screen. I mean, it's not like somebody is watching the stream. But yeah, so far the frame times are not perfect, but on PUBG they never were, at least in my experience. So yeah, there are some frame time spikes that makes the game feel a little inconsistent. And when you're live streaming, you have to just endure and survive, I guess. And according to OBS, we didn't drop any frames. We'll see later once I see the footage on YouTube, which I'm very afraid about. You never know what will happen if the internet decided to cut off. At least as of right now, the stream that I'm watching at the same time didn't have any problems. But hey, you never know. But yeah, so far I'm dying. Perfect. I didn't expect that. Didn't even hear the guy. So let's see what he is doing. Okay, so as you can see, it was fine. I mean, the match was terrible. That's obvious. But yeah, I mean, the game was playable. I was able to loot just fine and drive not so much because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, as you can see, the stream should be well. According to OBS, we're getting constant 30 frames per second. So yeah, let's just jump into Fortnite. I'm going to go in just the main menu. The CPU usage was very consistently over 80%, not hitting the high 90s, but that's fine. So back to custom session, exit to the desktop. Now let's launch Fortnite. Fortnite had some problems. I had to tweak the game a little bit. Like shadows, I had to turn them off. Also friend requests from the previous livestream. That was frustrating, the previous livestream. But at least if I put it on private, I can be a little less on edge, trying to figure out if the internet is dead or not. At least right now, I can see the live stream at the same time. So yeah, according to this, the stream is still going on at 1:44 p.m. watching it. So yeah, YouTube should let me know if the internet is bad, hopefully. So yeah, it seems to be, yeah, it's still going on, good. So my internet now seems to be fixed, at least a little bit. Now I'm in Fortnite. It just received an update. So let's go into Battle Royale. We're going to do 50 versus 50, as I said a second ago. And let me show you the settings before that. I'm doing 1080p with a 60 frames per second cap, as you can remember. View distance will be on medium or far. You can choose that by yourself. Anti-aliasing on epic because it's temporal anti-aliasing. Why not do it? Shadows off, effects low, and post-processing on low. So we can save on system resources for the live stream. I noticed if I had everything on high or on medium, I was getting 60s, but some drops in the live stream. In the live stream, it was very choppy. So let's keep it like this, 1080p, Windows full screen once again. So I can go back to OBS if I want very quickly. So yeah, those are the settings. Yeah, no shadows, looks bad, I know. Doesn't matter, we're just streaming. And the pros usually don't use shadows anyways, so you can feel like a pro despite not being good at Fortnite. But that's alright. 50 versus 50, that's because it's more CPU bound. This will be the worst case scenario. And well, if the game looks choppy in the stream, I'll know right away because I have a copy of the stream running live. If you don't want to monitor how your live stream is doing, well, you can do so if you want, but I don't recommend it. You can right away know if there's a problem. But you already have your chat open. If you don't have two screens, try to open the live stream with your phone and you have the chat there, the stream there. That's another good option if you don't have two screens. You won't be able to look at OBS, but at least you have your stream running on your phone. Well, so far it seems to be fine. As I can see in OBS, it's not that choppy. It's constant 30 frames per second. Or at least it seems to be that way. Alright, where to go? Tilted towers. These guys are suicidal. Okay, where to go? Let's go here. Nobody goes there. And I'm not sure where I am. Oh god, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I'm on the other side. Oh man, I'm so blind. I feel so stupid right now. Okay, whatever. Let's land in this house. Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's just be here. We're very close to the zone. It will be full of enemy or friendly players. Alright. Okay, it seems to be constant 30 on the on OBS. So yeah, it seems to be fluid enough. If it's not, what you can do is do the stream at 720p instead of 1080, 720p 30 frames per second. That's usually what I recommend. Even with slower internet connections, it makes more sense to do 720. Just do the adequate bitrate, and that should be fine. Not sure what this is. That's alright. Oh, yeah, as you can see in MSI Afterburner, the game is running at constant 60 frames per second, and for some reason this is not breaking. Okay. Oh. Okay. I now understand what's going on with the machine. That will be very useful. Oh yeah, once I get closer to some enemy players, it will be clearer what's 375. I need some more of this. Oh yeah, as I was saying, if you don't have a fast enough internet, just lower the bitrate and use a lower resolution. That should help you out. And it seems that now the stream is not working on YouTube. It's just still loading. It was metal what I needed. I thought it was wood. That's alright. Okay. Let's just keep going. But yeah, as of right now, as you can see on the bottom right corner, the CPU usage is around 60%, 60 to 70%. And again, as I get closer and closer to a place with many players, as you can see over there, and I get him shot, there will be higher CPU usage, there's more going on and all that. And this guy is just effing with me. Let's see where all the players are, over there. Let's just keep going. Well, yes, you can see at least... Whoa, I'm getting shot. Oh man, I'm not good at this game. I'm just pretending to know what I'm doing. Well, yeah, compared to using something like medium to high shadows, the CPU usage is much lower. I remember having, when I was doing the actual live stream, I was getting like 80%, 80 to 90% CPU usage, so the stream was very, very choppy. But now it wasn't that bad. Let me see if I can change to another teammate here. So yeah, here, as you can see, it's 30 versus 39. This guy, I'm not sure what he's doing, but yeah, you get very similar CPU usage. I'm waiting for more people to show up. After this ends, or close to the end, I'll just close the game. Whoa, he's very good. Damn, very good. That guy's insane. Oh well, that was unnecessary, but okay. That's fine. Yeah, according to OBS, we're getting constant 30. Oh, it's good. Fantastic. So I found a teammate that is good at the game. Oh, alright. Wow, he's so good. He's so good at the game. Oh yeah, seems to still be a consistent 30 frames per second according to OBS. But as you can see, the CPU usage is getting over 70 sometimes. That's never helpful. But there's more going on, that's why you're getting the higher CPU usage. More people doing stuff. So yeah, it won't be perfect in this case. Sometimes you might get a choppy stream. So I recommend just doing a 720p stream. After doing that, it should be much easier for the CPU. Despite using the NVIDIA encoder, due to the NVIDIA encoder we can do this. Without it, it's pretty much impossible. But yeah. As I'm saying, in OBS is still consistent. It didn't drop any frames. Let's see how it goes. So much loot. Nice skin. And I forgot to mention, the game has a good frame rate, as you can see, constant 60. If the frame rate was unlocked, we'll be getting higher CPU usage, which is not helpful at all for what we're trying to do, which is live streaming. The CPU is doing the stream, playing the game, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, not really helpful to have a higher frame rate. In case you get a higher frame rate, again, higher CPU usage, which is what we are trying to avoid. Boom, headshot. That guy is insane. And also remember, I forgot to mention it, maybe, but I will say it many times anyways. This is a 50 versus 50, so there's more people close together, usually. And there's a lot more fighting in a very concentrated place. That means higher CPU usage as well. So this is a stress test, to call it in some way. But yeah, after this is over, still 20 versus 20, I'm going to switch to the Rainbow Six Siege. I forgot to change this in the stream. It says Fortnite later. I had to put Fortnite OK. But that's fine. At the moment, I'm just looking at this guy's gameplay. This is happening in real time. This is not a thing I'm watching that happened before. This is not a recording in the game. This is actually a match I'm watching in real time as a spectator. So keep that in mind as well. And I'm 30 minutes in, which is fine, I would say. I'll check in my phone if the live stream is working, just to double check. That'll be very helpful. Not sure if I will be able to find my stream. Oh yeah, we can. Here it is. Yep, it's working. As you can see here. Yeah, you can't. That's me 2 times. So yeah, the stream is working right now. It's on private. I can only see it. I'm the only one that can. I'll keep it running there as a monitoring thing, so I don't need to be aware of the other monitor. Very useful. I cannot place it where I want. Dang it. Alright, there it is. So yeah, you can also use your phone to watch your own stream. It doesn't take any resources from the PC. And if you don't have two monitors, it's very useful. You can also see the chat and all that. I wish the stream looked like this when I was doing it live, but I wasn't sure if my internet was stable enough to do it on public. This is on private. So yeah. I'm just trying to play it safe. In case something goes wrong, I can start all over again if the internet connection fails again. Oh yeah, it seems to be working fine now. It seems that they fixed it finally, because the last stream was very not useful at all, to say it in some way. But yeah, 1080p 30, and I can see that it's very fluid. So yeah, that's fine. There are some buffering every now and then, which is not a good sign. So yeah, probably my internet is not 100% fixed right now. I might need to start all over again. But anyway, according to OBS, at least it seems to be fluid. So yeah, I think that Fortnite was clear enough. As you can see, we're getting 60s very consistently. Some drops every now and then, nothing major if you ask me. We're 6 versus 11. CPU usage was at the worst around 80 to 90% at the worst. Too many people close together. Now the amount of players won't rise the CPU usage that much, at least it shouldn't. So I wouldn't be too worried about it. But yeah, it's enough to do Fortnite. Just make sure to turn off shadows. I'll lower the rest of the stuff so the CPU usage, yeah, doesn't get maxed out. Of course, the GPU usage also helps to have it that low, because it's also doing some of the stuff on the NVIDIA encoder. But yeah, I don't have much else to watch about this. If there are drop frames to the internet, you'll probably be able to see it in the final video. Once you see the live stream completed, processed by YouTube, you can see the recording of that. I won't be editing the live stream. This will be raw footage, no editing whatsoever. So yeah, that's how actual live stream works. It's just on private. I'm streaming on my own, then YouTube stores all the live stream on its servers, and it feels just like a 2-hour video or 1-hour video. I'm not sure how long this will last. We're around 33 minutes now, so yeah, not too bad. Probably an hour or two, it will be the final length. But yeah, it seems to be fine. In case you need to get, once again, more CPU usage, just do the stream at 720p. The game runs at 1080, but the stream at 720. Very useful. So it will be more CPU power to spare. Or just cap the game at 45 frames per second, something like that. Most people don't want to sacrifice the frame rate of the game though, so just think about it. It all depends on your situation. Of course, the best case scenario is to have a very fast CPU, or to have another computer to do the stream and the other one for playing the game. That's usually what I recommend. Less problems, much easier in general. But you never know. I know that most people won't have two PCs. This is, just to clarify once again, this is the same PC doing the stream and playing the game. That's the important bit. Okay. So our team plays second, which is obvious. There's only 2 teams, so we lost. But it was fine so far. No worries. Okay. I think I have seen enough. As you can see, final settings. So let's go to the lobby, close the game, and let's do Rainbow Six Siege. Before that, let me change the text before I forget. As you can remember, PUBG was fine, magically, so it was okay. Okay, some drops. Oh no, it's too long. Okay, and I'll put Rainbow Six now. Alright, perfect. I'll just close that, because maybe I have to put my credentials for Rainbow Six, as you don't want to show that in a live stream. Not very convenient if you want to keep your Uplay account. Let me see. Alright. So let's jump into Rainbow Six. And Uplay is just installing DirectX and all that usual stuff. Not really helpful. And in the stream I'm seeing, yeah. There I am. It's working just fine. Battle Eye, of course. Never ceases to amaze. Yeah, now Battle Eye will show up in the stream. Let's see. There's some latency, of course. There it is. Battle Eye. Classic stuff. So yeah. Let's jump into Rainbow Six. It might take a little bit to show up. No worries. On the task manager, I should close this. But as you can see, still i3 8100, 8 gigs of RAM, 1050 Ti, all the usual stuff. So yeah, good. And I'm still watching my own live stream. It feels very weird to say that. Oh, and the game launched in the wrong window. That's not good. 1 second, guys. Alright, here it is. Let me see. Alright, good. That's what I was looking for. As you can see here in the stream, I'm showing myself. There's when I launched the game a second ago. So yeah, it's doing just fine. My internet is finally working when I'm doing a private stream. Perfect. Just when you want your internet to work is in the less expected moments. Murphy's Law, I guess. On this one I have very little hope because it uses a lot of CPU, but you never know. Again, the game is capped at 60 to avoid high CPU usage. On the only games where I will just uncap the frame rate is maybe CSGO or something else, a light game. But CSGO can use a lot of CPU as well, so we'll see. I'll try it out. As you can see, maximum CPU usage. That's because the game is loading. I mean, a few seconds ago, we got high CPU usage. That was when the game was loading. Nothing new here. And well, let's see what else happens. I'm going to drink some water now. 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. And let's see. Options, let's turn off the music. Master volume, no music, just in case. You never know what a copyright strike can do. So, I'm going to be targeting 60 like usual, so the configuration for that, I need to do 1080p. The FOV 75 in this game was fine for me. I'll keep it at 80, just in case. Alright, the graphics. So, textures on high, LOD doesn't really matter, shading on medium, shadows on medium. Now let's put them on low. Reflections on low, it doesn't make much of a difference in visuals. I mean, occlusion turn off because in this game when you're trying to see, like on PUBG, I mean, occlusion doesn't help at all because this game is on very closed environments. And the render scale, let's keep it at 90%. So we're actually running the game at 1824 by 1024. So it's 10% less pixels than 1080p, and we'll add a little sharpness to the image. 15 should be fine. That's usually, the game, it doesn't look perfect, but it's playable. You can actually play the game. And yeah, that should do the job. Let's try and play a match of casual. So this is not actual 1080p, as I said a second ago. We're using 90% 1080p. And as you can see, now I'm running the stream in my phone still. I should be able to now grab my phone in the real stream. Let's see, there it is. I grab my phone. Perfection, as always. Nah, never mind. So yeah, that should prove that I'm actually streaming. I'm doing the recording and I'm streaming to YouTube. Let me show you for a second. It's over here. It says live, I think. No. Here it says live. I suck. There it says live, but it's very difficult to show. Let me see. Alright, here it should say live, down there. There it is, it says live, as you can see. So yeah, I'm actually live streaming to YouTube, but on private. Once again, I repeat this many times along the stream because I want it to be 100% clear. I did this live stream on my channel, but I chose to do it private, just in case the internet connection goes wrong again. And as you can see, my cursor is locked to the screen. Well, that's because I'm not on windowed full screen. I should be on windowed full screen. It's a good idea because I cannot go into OBS easily because the game is running at full screen. That's never a good idea if you're doing a live stream. So keep that in mind. It's very important. You never know what could happen on your stream and you have to go to OBS. And as you can see, the CPU usage is very high. That's never a good thing. So yeah, the game is lagging on the stream. That's not good. In this case, doing a 720p stream should help out. I'll probably switch to that in a second, once I can put this down. So yeah, be aware of that. As you can see, it's lagging because the CPU is not enough. I'll swap to 720p. Sorry teammates, I'm trying to do a performance test. I'll put this in windowed full screen, borderless full screen. Okay, so now you should be able to see it. Still lagging. It seems to be lagging. If it's not lagging, just let me know in the comments, but I'll switch to 720 in the live stream. 720, I mean the stream, instead of being 1080p 30 frames per second, it will be 720p. So you can see if the stream is lagging or not. It's very difficult to tell in the phone. Oh man, I'm so bad. I'm very distracted. I don't know what's going on. Alright, let me see in the phone if the stream is lagging. It seems to be. Yeah, it doesn't look that smooth, but it's 30 frames per second, so it's hard to tell. Alright, let's try to do something different. Let's swap to 720 on OBS. So I'll be going in here, into video. Or, oh yeah, to change this I have to, stop the live stream. So I'll be right back. It's just here in video. Instead of put 1080p in the scale resolution, you should be able to do 720 from that drop down menu. So after I select my operator, I'll be doing that. So it's very easy. I stop the live stream, I change that, and I get right back. So I put OK. Okay guys, so I'm back, as you should be able to see, and I swapped to 720p in OBS, which in this case was necessary because I saw some lagging in the footage. The CPU usage is still very high, so it shouldn't make a huge difference, but it should improve. It's less stuff to do for the computer. So yeah, as you can see in my phone, yeah, I'm already into the game over there. So yeah, now it's a 720p stream, and I'm about to find out if it's lagging. It seems to be lagging a bit. Yeah, it still seems to be lagging a bit. Yeah, whatever. That's alright. It was to be expected. This game uses a ton of CPU, but it's nice to be able to give it a try anyways. The game itself is smooth enough, as I'm seeing when I'm aiming and all that. I mean, the game controls fine, but you're probably not going to see it that way in the stream. We're about to find out though, so yeah. I'm not even paying attention to the game, that's embarrassing. I revived my teammate, and it's dead, of course. Oh man, I can feel some lag now on the game. Oh, yeah, the game felt a little laggy, but still, I could have killed him if I was paying more attention. And let's see this in the stream how it's going. Yeah, the stream is not looking bad actually. It's not too bad. It's still doing its job. So yeah, 720p might be the best bet, unless 1080p wasn't lagging. You never know. It's kind of difficult to tell since I'm looking at a 60 frames per second game and a 30 frames per second stream at the same time. So I'm not sure if the game was lagging or not on 1080, but at least I could try 720p so you can see the difference. Let's find another match. I need to double check on the stream in my phone. I forgot to reload the stream, my bad. Yeah, it seems to be fine. As you can see, I'm over there. Again, I raised my phone. Yeah, there, many times. Let's see if it shows up the same as in the screen. I move the mouse a little bit and it should show up there. There it is. So yeah, there it is. Yeah, the same footage, as you can see. So it seems to be fine actually. When I look into the phone, it doesn't seem to be laggy at all. So yeah, 720p was a good choice. It was probably because I'm looking at a 60 frames per second game in this screen, but in the stream I'm looking at a 30 frames per second footage, so that can be very confusing. So no, actually it doesn't seem to be lagging, but you'll be able to tell by yourself when you look at the stream. This is what you would get with this PC while doing a live stream. Right now it's 720p, so 1080p I don't quite know if it was fluid or not, but I'll find out once I review the footage in the video you already saw, probably. But yeah, as of right now, 720p 30 seems to be fine for Siege. The game is enjoyable, even when I'm losing, which is 80% of the time. And my connection is fine in the game. So yeah, great, good stuff. And we are 50 minutes in. Yeah, 50 minutes in. So it's almost an hour talking to myself, and it feels weird to speak to yourself for an hour and people in the future. Kind of funny, but kind of weird. So yeah, don't try it at home. Okay, I think... Oh, somebody's loading the game. Never mind. I thought the game froze or something. But I have to say that sometimes when you're aiming, it can feel kind of weird in this game. That's probably because of the live stream as well. It feels a little weird. So yeah, there's some... Yeah. Here it feels kind of weird. Not sure what's up with that. So yeah, you have to sacrifice that for the live stream, I guess. So be aware of that. It won't be a perfect gaming experience. That's what you're sacrificing when you're streaming. Unless you have a very powerful CPU. In that case, it shouldn't be too bad. It should be just fine. In this case, we are just limited by the CPU. Yeah, sometimes when I just move the camera, it can be a little weird. And there's a drone very close by. There was. And let's do that. Let's just fool them into my trap, if such a thing exists. Yeah, somebody was tricked. 2 people were tricked. Good, I can help my teammates. They keep shooting my decoy. Always good. I love when they just fall into the decoys. And he's just very happy that he's in a private live stream and nobody's watching him in real time. I like that. Pretty amusing. And there's a glass just... Okay. Okay, they took the bait once again. They think that they are very smart. They probably are. And yeah, the aiming feels a little off. Really, they shoot it again and again. I'm making so many points with the decoy. Okay, the confusion was worth it, as you can see. I love the decoys. But yeah, sometimes, as I said a million times, it feels a little laggy when I'm aiming, and the frame time varies when that happens. So that's probably due to the stream, and yeah, this is just me fooling around. Now it's a little better, I have to say. Okay, one more guy remaining. Hopefully they take the bait, mate. But yeah, we're doing fine. I was expecting much worse. Hopefully the stream is not laggy. You never know what's going on. I'll check the stream in the meantime. Hopefully I don't die while I do so. I'm moving my character a little bit. And let's see if I move the character. There it is. So yeah, I move the character in real time. So yeah, always good. It's working. And the stream doesn't seem too laggy or anything like that. Let me check my phone. Yeah, the stream seems to be fine. The CPU usage is high, it's over 80%. But that doesn't seem to stop us. And I got the last kill. Awesome. And it was a headshot. Perfection. Perfection. So yes, you can see here, it's a little delayed as always. But there's the kill cam. So yeah. It's working just fine. It was very fluid. It's, well, fluid if you're not actually playing the game. It was 30 frames per second. But yeah, it seems to be fine for 720p streams. I mean, it's a CPU, it's not that demanding, but on the CPU it usually is if you're streaming at the same time. So yeah, if 1080p wasn't laggy in the past when I tried this game, well, you maybe want to do a 1080p stream at 30 frames per second, but at 720 it seems to be more stable overall, at least for what I'm looking at my phone. It seems to be less laggy than 1080, which makes sense. But again, just experiment. And if you see the stream that you're watching right now, just go back like 10 to 15 minutes in the past. That should help you see the 1080p footage. 10 to 15 minutes in the past. I'm trying this with a 1080p stream. And well, in that case, if it's not lagging, just do 1080p for the stream in this game. It was still very high CPU usage, so I don't know how it's going to work. But it's probably fine. Let's get to the floor. But one thing that I have to repeat to you guys is that the game doesn't feel very smooth to play. Someone is spawn peeking. It's not very smooth to play. Sometimes I get some spike in the frame times, very small spikes, but they are noticeable when you're trying to aim, because this game requires precision, it's more noticeable. So imagine that there's a guy over there. If I'm trying to aim and there's a small lag, as you can see there with the frame time, it makes it more difficult to aim, which means that you won't be as good at the game. Not a huge deal to me, because I'm not trying to be good at the game or anything like that. I'm not a competitive player. So yeah, keep that in mind. It will be a disadvantage while you're streaming. So that should be what you care about. To just be able to stream with this PC. Which is the point of the video. But I have to mention it. There are some stutters every now and then. You can see them in the frame time. Oh, hello bandit. Funny guy. Oh, what a lucky guy. Okay, we lost. Noise. As you can see here, this is just when we lost. As you can remember, the stream is a little delayed in the real world. So yeah. We lost again. Here it is. It says lost, and it will show what is showing right now in a couple seconds. Katos 360. It will show up in my phone. There we go. So yeah, perfect. The stream is still working. Just when I'm doing an offline private stream. It's not offline. It's completely online. But yeah, Rainbow Six Siege, it seems on 720p 30 streams seems to be fine. It will have some spikes in the frame time, which will make it more difficult to aim. Not unplayable by any means, of course, but it affects performance, to be expected. What makes more sense here is to be happy because you can stream. 1080p streams should be a little less smooth for the viewer because the CPU is almost maxed out. On 720p as well, but on 1080p should be more laggy. So yeah, let's just jump now into CSGO. But for that first, I'll switch to 1080p once again, so see you in a second. I'll stop the stream. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back into the stream. Now the stream is 1080p once again. I'm going to swap that into the text down here. Now the stream is 1080p once again. 1080p 30, bitrate 6000. And well, let's go to CSGO. Let me just hide the game for a second in case I have to log in or something. I quit Uplay. Let's jump into Steam. And in Steam, let's just show this. So let's launch CSGO. On CSGO I might use a different frame rate target. Instead of capping the game at 60, I'll probably just do 120 or 100 frames per second. And my voice is dying. I'm going to drink some more water. 1 second guys. Okay, there's some water in my body once again. All 5 now, MP5, that's nice. Let's go into the settings. Let me see if I can launch the... Okay, I can do this. Let's do FPS max 300. Let's put it on 0. Unlock frame rates. I have to unlock it in the other menu as well. Matte Q mode. Let's put it on... I think it was -1 or no, or 2. I'll put it on 2, then switch it. I don't remember exactly. I'll go back into... Yeah, the CSGO doesn't like to be minimized, so be aware of that. Let's change the frame rate limit to 0. So, no, not 0, maybe 120. Let's do 120 for CSGO. Yeah, CSGO, as I said, doesn't like to be minimized. So, okay. And the other was to preload the maps. It was S... No, I don't remember what it was. I'll check it in the internet. Preload map. Monkey mode. It was 2. Yeah, it was 2. And the other one was to preload the maps. Sorry guys, I'm trying to... Oh, the force preload. There it is. Force preload. CL force preload 1. Got it. So it's CL force preload 1. Okay, so we have these 3 commands: FPS max 0, Matte Q mode 2, and CL preload 1. So that should help us out in the with the game. And on the settings, let's put everything to the minimum, just because why not? Global shadows very low. Let's put this on medium, this on low, this on low. Enable multicore rendering, no super sample, multi-sample until I seem to enough. No FXAA, anisotropic 16 times on the texture filtering. And that should be it. Let's apply the changes and jump into the game. Let's do some casual. Dust 2. Okay, my match is ready. The match is ready, yeah. Let's get to it. So remember, this is 1080p on the game, using a mix between medium and low settings, only medium on textures and models, the rest just lowered. And then for the stream itself is 1080p 30 frames per second, so the game might look laggy because you might be used to play CSGO at 60 frames per second. That's alright. I get the idea. Probably if it does well, I'll try 1080p 60 stream or 720p 60.
Oh shit.
And I forgot to mute everyone. It was mute voice enable 0. Just in case. You never know what people could say. Okay. So as you can see, the CPU usage is very high. We are over 80%, over 70. So let's select the rifle. I like the AUG. Okay, doesn't feel very smooth, I have to say. I might change the sensitivity. But yeah, just like on Rainbow Six Siege, the controls feel laggy in some parts, especially when turning the camera around. But yeah, other than that, it seems to be fine. "120 frames per second. Of course, if you want better performance, just cap the frame rate at 60 for the stream, I mean. The game will be slower, less fluid, to say it better. And as you can see, the RAM usage is very high. Not sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's because I opened some tabs on the browser. Okay, he's down. Oh, that's embarrassing. I have to pay more attention. Oh, there was another guy. I thought it was that guy. Okay, got it. Good, we won. Happy birthday to CSGO. And my camera is very dark because there's no more sun coming from the window. My bad. Let's go with the M4. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, right now for CSGO it seems to be okay. Okay. Okay, we got him. Good stuff. Oh man, I'm stealing the kills from that guy. That's not good. Never steal the kills. Let's change the FPS max to 90. Something in between. So at least we have more CPU power to spare. Maybe that makes the game smoother overall. And yes, you can see the CPU usage is lower, to be expected. So yeah, that's how you use less CPU in a game. Just cap the frame rate to something lower. P90, so people hate me. I'm going to use the P90. Sorry for the embarrassment. Just say you don't know me and that's fine. Stealing the kills again. That stutter was terrible. That stutter is not good. For some reason it's worse this way compared to the 120 FPS. I'm talking about the frame time, of course. The frame time is a little more inconsistent compared to 120. Oh man, this wall. That moment to reload, but I was lucky. Let's see if someone comes this way. AKM. AKM. Ah, the bomb is here. Let's camp it. Yeah, for some reason it's not capping at 90 frames per second. Let's try 95. Okay, it's a couple frames below what I mark, so yeah. Oh man, the tension. Oh, there's one person left. I'm trying to listen. Let's listen to it. Nobody here. Nobody here. Okay, we did it. Good stuff. Let's keep playing a little bit more. Just because, why not? Poor guy. 12% health. Nothing here. Yeah, I think the 90 FPS cap is a better option. So think about that. Oh my god, a headshot in CSGO. What's happening? In what universe am I living? I got him. Surprise, MF. MFer. Okay, the bomb is up. Ah, my luck was going to run out sooner or later. Oh well. Not too bad. So yeah, instead of the 120 FPS luck, consider a 90 FPS luck. 90 FPS uses around 10% less CPU, for what I could see. That's not insignificant by any way. And the game feels smoother to play. I don't get those spikes like at 120 frames per second. So yeah, perfection. Perfection at 90 frames per second. It feels very good to play. And again, I'm not doing 60 frames per second on 1080 because, as I was saying before, it's not necessary for the stream to be at 60 frames per second. I consider that in this case a luxury, because the people watching are not playing the game. They're just watching. Oh man, I'm so bad with it. There we go. Oh, there's another guy. Okay, there he is. Alright. We got him. Oof. Okay. That's always good to see. Okay, let's keep going. But yeah, as I said, just to CSGO, 1080p 30 or 720p. And kept the frame rate at 90, 95, something like that. And you'll be fine. The game feels very good to play. As you can see here, the frame time seems to be fine, at least right now. So you get to play the game in a much better state than Rainbow Six Siege. That one had felt more laggy. This one feels much more consistent. Oh man, I suck. Oh, never mind. Somebody killed him before me. And the bomb is here, so yeah. Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. But he did. That's fine. That's alright. Let me see if I can open the window a bit. Yeah, a little bit. There's more light now, and I look blue. But that's alright. Let's do something different. So yeah, can you stream with an i3 8100 and a 1050 Ti? Yes, you can. As you saw in this private live stream, that was you're not seeing live. Haha, very funny. You can actually stream with a webcam and all that. One thing I forgot to mention, if you're not using a webcam or anything like that, it's just you with the microphone and the game in full screen. Like if the game just took the entire screen. Sorry. Like if the game took the entire screen, it would be even easier for the CPU. So this is actually more demanded than you would expect, because I'm using a webcam and all that. You will use more CPU. So yeah, with just the game and your voice coming out of this, it should be easier for the CPU. Of course, if you're using some other software in the background, it will be worse because it uses resources. Whoa, came out of nowhere. For example, you're using something else in the background. In this case, I have Microsoft Edge running in the background with my live stream at 144p to see if it goes well, if it looks fine. Well, in that case, it's going to use more resources as well. That's probably why the RAM usage is so high. I have like 4 tabs open, which is very stupid. I shouldn't be doing that. Let's go AFK on CSGO for a second. Let's close the other tabs. It's stupid to have your tabs there. So let's launch CSGO once again. Hopefully the game recovers, hopefully. I'm waiting. Please game, recover. Please. Pretty please. No, CSGO is probably dead now. Oh, never mind, I'm back. And that guy didn't see me. How convenient that I'm not dead. Alright, there's somebody there. Okay. Not even sure where all the enemies are. Oh, this way. But as you can see, the RAM usage decreased a bit after I closed the tabs. So yeah. Boom, dead. But he got a shot at me. So yeah, he's a good player still. I was just lucky, as always. He's probably looping around. I'll go the other way. Oh, there he is. Oh man, I suck. I'm so bad. That was terrible. We defeated them. For some reason I got third, which is, yeah, it's very ridiculous because I don't play CSGO. But that's fine, that's fine. I'll accept it because I'm streaming. I have to look like I am a good player or something. And in the PC the stream is working, but in my phone it's not. Let's reload the stream at that. Oh man, this is not the stream I was looking for. So let's check this. Yeah, it's working. Kinda dark, as you can see, it moved forward and backwards, and it's, yeah, it's moving the stream as well. So yeah, it's working. Let's try something unreasonable. Let's pause the game again. Let's try a 1080p 60 frames per second stream. I'll stop the stream right now and get back. So be right back. Okay guys, so right now I'm back and I swapped the frame rate to 60 on OBS. So yeah, as I said, it's a luxury in a build like this, at least in my opinion. For some reason it's not working. I think I effed it up. Oh. Give me 1 second. Resume game. Oh, okay, I'm back. Good. So now the stream is 60 frames per second, 1080p 60. It should be significantly smoother to watch. Again, in my opinion, it's not necessary to do this. But if you want to do it, just do it if you can. It seems to be fine, apparently. Remember, this game is not demanding, so on games that are more demanding, this won't be so pretty. I don't even know what I'm doing, as usual. Oh, okay. To be expected, no worries. Okay, so the stream should be... Let's see if the stream is still fine on the phone. And if it's actually 60 frames per second, that'll be nice to find out. So yeah, it seems to be fine. Yeah, it's 60 frames per second. You won't be able to see it well in the camera because it's, well, the camera records at 30 frames per second, but the stream is over there. So yeah, it's working. There's there's a little stutter. Not sure what's up with that. Seems to be the game itself, because I'm seeing this in the screen as well. So yeah, it seems to be working as of right now. The replay cameras are not very useful. Yeah, but what I'm moving is very fluid. The FAMAS, or whatever the name of the gun is. And yeah, I mean, OBS doesn't report any drop frames. The CPU is at 70%, which is decent. So yeah, 1080p 60 seems to be fine for this game because it's not demanding, as I said a second ago. Whoa. Insanity. It looks so different in the replays. But yeah, it seems to be totally fine. So yeah, I have not much else to show you here. As you can remember, yeah, I forgot to... I'm so stupid sometimes. I forgot to change the text over the camera that says PUBG, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege. This is CSGO. It should say Rainbow Six Siege OK, CSGO now. So yeah, I'm going to lower the volume of the game maybe in a few seconds after the next round and tell you the conclusion. You probably heard the conclusion in my main video, but this stream is already an hour and 23 minutes on. So it's been a while. And well, what was my experience so far? Well, when my internet is working, not like my live stream, my other live stream, which was public, this one is private once again. Well, when it's working, it's a decent experience, I have to say. I mean, it was a decent experience because the game was playable. Yeah, it was a little more laggy than usual, I have to admit, but the stream worked. I'm able to read chat, I'm able to do what streamers do, which is playing a game and talking to their communities. In this case, my community doesn't know that I'm streaming, at least not right now, but it's a very decent quality. It's 1080p, a bitrate of 6000, so I have a decent enough internet connection. If you have, I don't know, 7 megabits per second up, you should be able to do 6000, if not do 5000. In my case, I have 30 megabits per second up, so I can do much more than this. I have a lot of room to spare. But yeah, the upload speed has to be enough. Then for the resolution, if you lower the resolution to 720, I'm sorry, I hiccuped there. If you do less than 1080p, it will be easier for the CPU to encode all this with the GPU. So yeah, most games should be fine with 1080p, 30 frames per second streams. And that's because, well, at 30 frames per second there's less work to do compared to a 60 frames per second video. There's half the amount of frames per second. And remember, the people that are watching are not actually playing the game. So it doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't really matter if the stream is 60 or 30 frames per second. If you can do 60, fantastic, like I'm doing right now. This game is not demanding. But if I'm playing something that already at 30 frames per second with the stream is lagging the stream, like Fortnite, I have problems with that on on 60 frames per second. So I had to do a 1080p 30 stream. Even on the 1080p 30 stream, it had problems with the fluidity. The stream was choppy sometimes in the 50 versus 50 matches. So yeah, sorry about the gameplay, of course. So yeah, as I was saying, with on Fortnite on 30 versus 30, it was 50 versus 50 on Fortnite. Can be very choppy on the stream, even if the stream is 1080p 30 frames per second. So you have to test that and see how it goes. In my case, Fortnite 1080p 30 with minimum settings, it was just fine to stream at 1080p 30. It wasn't enough for 1080p 60. I tried it in the past, so I didn't try it again. And then CSGO was fine even on 1080p 60, but with the frame rate cap at 90, 95. At 120 was a little choppy to play. So yeah, then PUBG was fine. I was very impressed that PUBG ran fine with the stream. So yeah, PUBG was fine with the competitive settings, which is pretty much everything on very low except draw distance and the anti-aliasing. A mix between low and very low with those two things, anti-aliasing and the draw distance on ultra. And yeah, I mean, PUBG was surprisingly fluid to do streams with. So yeah, no big deal. And then Rainbow Six Siege was a little choppy sometimes to control, which in my opinion is not that bad. I mean, you're actually playing the game at 60 constant, which is always good, but it feels a little choppy to play. So keep that in mind. Rainbow Six Siege won't be perfect to play, but the stream itself should be fluid enough. You just need to adjust a little bit. Still, again, you're actually streaming on CSGO. As long as you cap it at 90 frames per second, you can do 1080p 60 frames per second streams just fine, which was to be expected. This is a very light game on resources. So yeah, thanks to the NVIDIA encoder we can do this because it uses less CPU. On X264, that encoder that uses a CPU only, I don't really recommend that, because in this case you won't be able to stream. It will be very choppy. So yeah, just do the NVIDIA encoder and you'll be fine, plus the tweaks that I told you. So people might want to do 720p 60 streams. Again, my recommendation, just stick to 1080 30 or 720p 30. 60 frames per second is nice. In my opinion, it's not worth the trouble. It's a performance hit. Of course, it's not as big of a hit using the NVIDIA encoder, but again, just try it out, see how it works for you, and yeah, that'll do the job. Just do what I'm doing. Try to stream privately. Let's see, just later see the stream, see how your PC is doing, and that should give you an idea. Just open the stream on YouTube as private, try this, look at the stream later on, let's see if it's fluid, if the game felt fluid, which is very important, and that's it. That should give you a good idea on what to expect of this PC doing a live stream. Sorry this wasn't public, but my internet connection was terrible. I mean, it was turning on or off pretty much, disconnecting the live stream every 5 minutes. So I didn't fully trust my internet connection to do a public live stream. I did it privately just in case it failed, but it didn't. It was completely stable all the way through, which I really appreciate. Finally, it works. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching the stream and the video I made before it to explain you what was going on. Thanks for watching, yeah, as always, and well, see you next time. I'll stop the stream in a second. I have to close CSGO here. Okay, bye bye.